Good morning, everyone. I hope you're having a great week so far. Last week, I did a little video on the best way to use SIP. And if you watched it, you know what I had recommended was the best way to use SIP on GSA is really just to get out of the SIP program altogether and move into the FCP system. That will become mandatory. That is something that GSA is pushing out for all vendors. It will be coming. It is a good thing. SIP is a very outdated program, and FCP will really help streamline a lot of your mods and a lot of your contract maintenance. So when you get the notice from GSA that it's your turn, be excited because it's a good change. So how do we do it? Great question. First, delete SIP. There we go. We're going to log into the FCP. This is the same login that you use for your sales reporting portal, for eMod, and for other GSA platforms. I'm not going to log in just because I have a lot of my vendors are listed in here, and for the sake of confidentiality, we're not going to do that. But when you log in, you're going to see a notice that says update your seller profile first. That's really just going through and making sure that your point of contact information is accurate, your phone numbers, your emails, etc. Once you do that, it's going to also ask you, are you selling products, services, or both? So that's based on what type of contract you have. Click that option and hit submit. It's going to get sent over to your GSA contract specialist. They're going to review it and accept it once it's complete. If they have any changes they want you to make, they'll let you know, and they'll work with you on that process. Then we're going to come into eMod, and under select modification types, we're going to scroll down to the bottom and click Catalog Baseline. That's where then we're going to come back to FCP, and we're going to create our product file. And our product file is actually created by GSA. So I have my sample one here. These are all the contract awarded contract items that you have. And we're really just going to make sure that everything looks right. This is going to export directly from GSA Advantage, from your past SIP uploads, etc. And we're going to make sure that everything is good. We're going to drag this over to FCP. It's a drag and drop process. Makes it really simple. You don't have to hunt around your computer for it. Literally just drag it straight through. Once it's there, it's going to run through what's called a C&P, Compliance and Pricing Report. And when it does, depending on the day, sometimes it's really quick, sometimes it does take a couple hours. I've seen some that go into the next day, so it really just depends on how bogged down the system is. But you're going to get this C&P. And I've made a mock-up one here. This is not one that GSA actually created. But you're going to get some different flags. One of the flags you will most likely see is requires LOS, or letter of supply. This is not saying that you need a new letter of supply. This has been verified with the GSA PMO and the FCP transition team. This is a flag that has always been on your 4P results. It was buried somewhere over on the right-hand side, I believe. All it means is that your manufacturer is not participating in the verified products portal. So what GSA has recommended to do is LOS on file. And we're going to drill that all the way down. That really just lets us know we do have a letter of supply. Your contract specialist or contract officer might ask for a copy of that letter just to confirm. Part of the reason for that is they want to make sure that nothing has been snuck into an upload in the past. FCP will not let you add anything that is not awarded to your contract. However, I think most of us kind of know that SIP, there were things that people were doing that were getting away with, such as adding things that may not have been awarded. Whether it's intentional or as a mistake, we'll leave that to your judgment. This is what the C&P looks like. If there's any other flags, it might tell you things like no market research found, self-hits only. These are all things that GSA wants to know. Are you within an acceptable price range? There's also exceeds market threshold or within market threshold. And we'll get to that in a second. It is going to tell you, is this an ETS or essentially the same item? So we can see all is false, so we're good there. Is it a prohibited item? Nothing flagged as prohibited. And instead of just scrolling through, I'm really just using the drop downs. Our country of origin and the inferred country of origin. This is what GSA thinks that country of origin should be, based on what they're finding on the commercial market and other GSA sellers. It's going to tell us, do we have a made in America risk or a TAA risk? And then this is the other information that we have in our product file, our delivery days, FOB points, our pricing, anything within market threshold. Once we're satisfied, we've made all the vendor comments, We're going to then upload this file back onto the FCP system. Same thing, drag and drop it right on over. Once that goes through, we're going to go back into 𝘁𝑚OD. There is a sample cover letter that is needed. Here's the great thing. GSA wrote it for you. It's fill in the blank. So here's what it looks like. There's two different versions of this letter, with this blurb or with a different blurb. During the FCP transition, you are able to remove items. So if you have things that are exceeding market threshold, your contract specialist, contract officer might come back and say, hey, we just can't do that right now. It's too far over the threshold. Remove the item and we'll deal with it later. So let's take a look at what both of those letters look like. This is one. If we're not making any changes, everything is as is. This is all we're going to do. Print this out to a PDF, sign it, and upload that into your 𝘁𝑚OD and hit submit. If you are making changes, such as the deletions, here's what we're going to use. Has a little bit longer. As a result of this modification, I'm deleting, has 2, it should be 4. Always proofread your cover letters. So these are the items from my product file that I'm deleting. This is not technically required in the cover letter, but I always like to give a reason why I'm deleting things on my mod. So there's my reason. Above market threshold, and these are moves that never should have been made. So same thing, print this out to a PDF, sign it, and upload this to 𝘁𝑚OD. When we're deleting items, we are going to then remove them from the CNP form, not the product file, the CNP. The product file is where we start in FCP. We finish it then with the CNP, because that's where we're putting our comments and our final revisions. That will then have an option that says send it to 𝘁𝑚OD. Once you see it in your 𝘁𝑚OD, just click on upload and finish like you would do any other mod. It will go through. This is usually a pretty quick modification. I've never really seen one go more than 2, maybe 3 days. Maybe a little bit longer if there's some complications with what you're deleting or pricing or anything like that. But that's really all it is. It's a relatively pain-free process. It goes pretty quick. It's simple. If you have any questions on it, please feel free to reach out. If you're stuck and you're saying, hey, Ray, I'm going through it right now and I don't know what this CNP looks like, can you help me? Let's get on a call for 20 minutes. We'll go through it and we'll take care of it. Let me know. Thanks. Have a great day.